Hi, today I'm gonna talk about health news on CNN I recently saw this past week. There's a lot of media around the elections, and it's mostly about the well being of people. People are affected by the loss on the elections, and many are concerned about their family members who suffer from depression. According to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, calls have never risen so much in the past month since 9/11. The volume of calls rose 2 to 3 times of what they had been. At 2 a.m. on November 9th, callers were rushing. Callers had pre-existing anxiety from the national event, but at the end it was about their lives, related to the elections. People like Gloria Jenner, who is one of the persons that gets the calls for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, explained on November 11th to CNN that the only thing they can do is to thank the person for contacting them, listen to them, and talk to them about what they are most concerned. Moreover, the American Psychological Association released some preliminary data in October from its upcoming annual Stress in America report on the nation's level of anxiety, specifically around this election. Around half of people surveyed, 52%, say that the election is a very or somewhat significant source of stress in their lives. The breakdown by party is about 59% of Republicans and 55% of Democrats saying that this election is causing them stress. People from 71 years or older were on the first place, followed by millennials aging 19 to 37. They said to be stressed about the elections. Hispanics be in the race with more stress, followed by the whites and Native Americans. According to my research on the ADAA website or Association of Anxiety and Depression in America website, anxiety and depression are linked together. However, it is not uncommon for someone to treat the disorder separately. People who suffer from depression can suffer from anxiety too. The good news is that it is okay to feel stressed about daily life experiences, but it is different to be under this stress for so long as Americans have been around the elections. Moreover, being depressed covers feeling discouraged, sad, hopeless, and this is just how Hispanics and somewhat percent of Americans felt during the elections. I can say by personal experience that all my friends all over Panama, Ecuador, Peru, especially Mexico, and Americans who have Hispanic background were all concerned this past week. The hopes from not having to deal with the new president were crashed as votes rose. Moreover, protests all over America have been in the news too. Protesters remained vocal on Sunday after the election in cities such as Washington and San Francisco, braced for more public demonstrations. In Manhattan, a group gathered to demonstrate against Trump immigration policies, which is what I'm talking about. The main purpose is to tell Donald Trump that he can't just deport 11 million undocumented people. And I quote Noel Jasso on CNN, they are here to stay and we stand in solidarity with them. Jasso is an immigration lawyer and he said that immigrants are terrified. They are saying, are we going to be deported tomorrow? People don't know what will happen and they are very scared. Violence also flared again Saturday night in Portland, Oregon. 71 people were arrested, mostly on charges of disorderly conduct and interfering with a police officer. Several times through the evening, projectiles such as road flares and bottles were thrown at police officers. So, what I want to focus on this video is how violence, stress, anxiety, depression, disorders that we have seen in class, they are real. And they are not just about being anxious about a test or depressed about some family member passing by. It's more about real life situations such as the elections. And and I want to say that it's incredible how the number of people calling the helplines have risen over the past month. Like, this is something we have to pay attention to, because people need more than ever support on how to deal with what they are feeling, with the anxiety, with depression, stress. Moreover, people like Hispanics, people with Hispanic background, people who have family who are Latin Americans, and Black people, because we cannot forget about all the minority groups.